So homesteading and survival skills intersect at the initial scout of a property that we're going to manage. This is one that we've brought into management. We've been here before. Maybe you haven't been here with us, but there's definitely some things that I want to take with me as I'm walking around this property, looking at stuff. Of course, we've seen maps and everything, but you can't get a real feel for the landscape without being there. And this is my pack that I take around when we're doing like day hikes and survival skills, but it's also the same pack that I carry when I'm looking at the homestead. So look, let's start on the outside and work our way in. First and most accessible is my poncho tarp. This is a tarp, but it also has a cutout for a poncho, so you can wear it like people at Disney World, right? But it also has tie-offs, so I can rig it up like a tarp for camping and actually have like a shelter. So I keep that on the outside just in case a storm were to come up. Let's get this side first. This is my survival pouch side, and we have our compass, and we have an additional GPS with us, but I'll talk about that later. We have a headlamp because they're super important if you get caught out at nighttime or when the sun is setting, and particularly in a holler, you can get caught in the dark really quickly. A headlamp gives you the ability to make your camp quickly. A multi-tool is here for cutting fence wire or sawing or any sort of thing that I can't really get by with just the knife. But I want to go back to talking about this headlamp. When I store my headlamps, I take the batteries out and I flip them around, so there's no way for them to turn on. Inside the pack, rolling around, say this button were to press up against something. So that ensures that my battery is pretty good to go. So I wanted to share that tip with you. Now, I have one more flashlight in this bag that we'll see later on, and that's also a AA battery. Some in my other kits, I'll have some rechargeable setups, but all my things will hopefully take AA batteries. Oh, here's that flashlight now. This is an Eagle Tac Clicky. It's another flashlight. I have some jute cordage, which you've seen in our survival classes, particularly around like fire. An extra lighter with the zip tie around, and that ensures that I can't press down the gas. But this is kind of cool. This is a needle compartment. I have some artificial sinew to sew something together, or a bunch of needles. Now I said this was a day pack for like scouting, but you could see the capability of these tools really could be a long time in the woods. And I keep all these accessible because I'm probably going to need them first. Going over to the other side, I have an emergency fishing kit, but what I really wanted to show off was this trauma pack. This is a ventilated operator kit, and I carry a pistol most of the time. You've seen us get banned on TikTok for that. But I think if it's important to defend myself, it's also important to potentially save the life of someone that was hurt. I don't think it's okay to just let somebody die. Sure, I mean, if the threat is there, don't go help them. But this could be for me or for somebody else in my group. And when we're going out with kids and stuff, you gotta have a medical kit around. But also on these homesteading scouts, I'm the only one out here. So if I were to fall and need to get back, I need to have some gear with me. A water bottle, super important. If you're not hydrated, you're unhappy. Shamog, we've talked about these in our water purifying videos. Oh, Stregonona. You'll see, oh look, here's a pocket water filter, because I'm out here. This property is 100 and some odd acres, and it might be a minute before you're back to somebody. We're surrounded by farms. Sure, you can get there, but it's nice to have water. And even when we're looking at our larger forestry projects, it's invaluable. I'd rather have this than carry around a bunch of water bottles full. You've seen this rig before. It's 3 knives and a saw. I throw that over my shoulder if we need to be doing some bushcraft stuff. But when you're clearing fence lines, that saw is super important. When you're just walking and like, oh, there maybe not this one's huge. But if we walk further around, I know there's some fences here. I know they need to get cleaned up, and it would really help to have a handsaw with me. Now let's go to the technology portion of this pack. This is, in addition to the maps that we take from the GIS and topographical maps available online, this is a Garmin, and I really like to use it because I can walk around the property, see where I am, but also drop pins. So if I'm walking that fence line again, I can say, oh, this is the property line, and kind of recreate the survey marks that you'll get from your plat diagrams. So this is the one piece of technology I carry with me that I use when I'm scouting properties for management. In the back here, I keep some rain gear, an extra pair of socks. This is all survival stuff, but if I reach way deep in there, I have a pair of chaps that are really good for running through like briary areas. That multiflora rose is particularly annoying. Blackberries too. But these are chaps that just you can put over your, they're hunting chaps, you put over your pants, what you're wearing, and you can go through the gnarliest of briars. All of these things really keep me comfortable and make sure I have the right tools for whatever I could come across when I'm scouting a property. Let's put it back in the bag and keep rolling.